Alright, let's get this off here. So I made my own little deck of cards. Not really. They say a whole bunch of random words that I wrote down on a piece of paper. I was like, oh, I'll just see what comes up. Since the full moon readings are always way too long and they take forever for me to edit and download and all that and export, we are going to instead do the collective separate, even though that should go first. I just want to whip through all signs for the full moon energy, and then I guess y'all can connect yours with the collective. April 23rd, full moon reading. So a couple fell. Let's hope we get. Alright, we have all 12 with the top card. Leisure. That's our theme to go with all of this. Perhaps that's what the collective will be about, this pleasure. We're going to use this deck today, transparent symbols. For all signs, 12, 4, 5. So you got 12 and 5 extra. I guess there are 5 signs out of the 12 that are more feeling this. Those signs would be Leo, Pisces, Cancer, Aries, Taurus, Saturn's ruler, and Scorpio. So the cards say. And they're not wrong normally. So these extra signs will have these extra 5 cards. Actually, I'll do an extra reading for the signs that I just mentioned. That extra reading will be for all of you. We'll start off with Aries. Alright, so Aries, we have the word air. Air. So right away I think of the swords. Perhaps you need a breath of fresh air around this full moon time, Aries. And Aries. Perhaps knowledge about Aries itself, like in Greek mythology, Aries, the god of war, beauty, courage, you know, all the things that Aries is, you know, I am. And another thing is about breathing. I was saying they teach us all these things in school and they don't teach us how to breathe. You know, there is a certain way to breathe, especially if we are rushing around, or if we are having a panic attack or an anxiety or an asthma attack. Like, there's ways to breathe, just like there's ways not to breathe. Like, we shouldn't breathe like that. We should breathe in through our nose, because those little nose, the little hairs in our nose is what filters the air. You ever notice if you clean, like spring cleaning time, when you're getting behind everything, you go to blow your nose and it's all this black stuff would have gotten in your lungs, have been breathing out of your mouth. So it's very important to breathe in through your nose and out your mouth. And you know, sometimes people breathe like that, not even thinking, subconsciously, not even thinking. Perhaps now is the time where we're more conscious, our thoughts are more attached to our everyday thing, you know. your card, Aries, is the Three of Wands in reverse, plus that's your extra card, plus your top card is the Queen of Cups. So Aries, I don't know where the worry came from. I think that was Taurus's card, I don't know. But we have the Three of Wands in reverse, so it's like you're done waiting around. I see you now like investigating or trying to figure it out, or you're trying to put it all together right now. Now there's worry where this scar is, so perhaps whatever this is, this fire, perhaps this time, or this overflow of emotion or stagnant of emotion, perhaps of it being so long and being so stagnant, this, whatever this was, brought up this worry by this scar. Now this scar is something that happened possibly 5 years ago when you were 5 months ago, whatever the case may be. But perhaps think back when you were 5. Do you have a scar from when you were 5? I see this as being the worry stems from this having to do with communication, or this intellect having to do with your finances, your stability, your friends and family, the things, anything that's materialized that you can touch, Aries. Right. Stay tuned for the reading at the end for all the extra signs that are going to feel this full moon the most. And also I should be attaching the collective reading and the full moon placements and all that for Aries. Thank you. Alright, moving on to Taurus. Rush is your word, Taurus. Your card is the Princess of Cups. Right away I see a swan, and I see this like turtle coming out of the shell. So, which is funny, which the only time I saw this turtles, you know, you think they move slow. Well, you think my dog used to go after his turtles, but I just seen a video of this turtle going after this dog, and I never seen a turtle move so fast. So perhaps we are rushing. Perhaps we have to rush. Or we've been in a rush. You have to know, maybe don't rush it. I see this clamshell, and the only thing I've been thinking of since I seen this was, you know, which is one every so many clams has a pearl, and in order for that pearl to be made, there has to be grit and like sand and dirt in there, because that irritation causes that pearl to form. So perhaps, Taurus, you're dealing with something like this, like where you're now noticing that something that once caused you pain, or that is currently causing you pain, that has created something so beautiful. Like this pearl. And that's for you. Oh wait, Taurus, your card. So this is where you're rushing, with your everyday thing, your everyday habits, your everyday responsibility, because you receive the cycles and the patterns card. This I see, like, there's a time and there's a place for everything, and perhaps you must, instead of rushing, do things different this around this time, and leave yourself extra time, like go a different way to work, or if you normally do this way, do it the opposite way, or do it a different way, you know, add something different. All right, on to Gemini. Gemini's word is plans. Plan. What's the plan, Gemini? What are your plans? Did you make plans? Do you have any plans? Wow. So both of your cards, Gemini. Velour and the Gate. So Velour was in the reading yesterday, number 7. That also looks like the gate, like something guarding, something of protection, or something blocking you from entering. Perhaps this is a doorway or a window, but we have Mars in Leo, which is like fire on fire. So perhaps these plans are about action on action, acting on courage. I'm getting a really weird, like, confusing feeling. So perhaps making these plans will help you be less confused. Maybe they'll help brush down this wall. I see Hermes with the wings, the logistics, the Hermes. We were learning about that, or I was learning about that. And I look over and I see vocal, speak out. So perhaps you have to velour. So the meaning of velour is to have courage amidst a battle, or like we're in the midst of war or a battle or a very dark period, and this is coming out with courage, or having the courage within this to, and perhaps making these plans. I hear make a game out of it. Like, if you're trying to accomplish something, and I've been doing this to literally everything in my life right now. Like, even the other day, it was a very serious thing, and I'm like, let's make a game out of it. Because you know what? It became fun, and not only was it fun, but I learned something, and it made time pass by a lot quicker. I wasn't worried. It didn't hold me back. You know what I mean? So perhaps we have to plan this out, that every time something happens, or you're making a plan, to like make a game out of it, Gemini. Cancer. Patience, Cancer. Patience. We received your card, the Moon. And if I didn't say your name in the beginning, you're definitely in here. And somehow that group of 5 became to 7. This is going to affect all signs, and I always say all of us have all signs in us, whether it's our rising sign, our moon sign, our sun sign, where are Mars or Venus, or perhaps we have a stellium in this sign or this sign. You know what I'm saying? So I see this road. This is a long road. Perhaps that's where this patience comes in, Cancer. You see you have this road here, and there's actually 3 roads. All 3 of these roads lead to the same place. Perhaps raising our vibration will help us like jump to this place instead of taking the long road. We want to have patience and know that like Rome wasn't built in a day. We have to put this action, like we are balancing the masculine and the feminine here. These two, we have these 2 on both sides, and I see a shadow over each of them. So perhaps we are looking at ourselves in the mirror, using our intuition and going within to work on our like shadow work or something like this. We're saying bye-bye to the old road, I hear. Cancer. And now patience is needed. Thank you. On to Leo. Leo. Your word for this month is friends. Friends with the Priestess. Wow. I hear use your intuition when it comes to who you let into your circle. The friends you let in your circle, Leo. Are these people, I watched this thing the other day, and this is what this reminds me of. A guy was doing a speech, and these 2 friends were on the stage with him, and he kept on falling and falling and falling. And his 2 friends kept on catching him, and this is what this reminds me of. And perhaps we have to cry. I see this camel, and they store up all this water, so perhaps we have a build-up of this, all this water, this flow. But there definitely has to be like, these people have to pass like a test first. Like there's a netting over this circle. It's like these friends must pass this like initiation test. Like you have a screening. That's exactly what it looks like. A screen. So this is like a friend's screening, Leo, is what we have to do around this time. And your intuition is going to be heightened, and you'll be able to receive messages about these friends that you wouldn't normally be susceptible to hear. So now you're open to this, Leo, and this will help you pick and choose who to allow in your circle and who you gotta boot out. Thanks, Leo.